Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing absolutely fine. So today we'll be continuing with our Organon exam revision series with a topic of spread of homeopathy in India. Homeopathy did not take much time to be introduced in India. Around about 1810, a German physician and geologist landed in India with some of his countrymen for geological investigations, perhaps at the order of his government. This German gentleman remained for a time in Bengal, distributing homeopathic medicines to his Indian servants and other poor men. There is also some reference to one Dr. Mullins of the London Missionary Society who was known to distribute homeopathic medicines to the peoples of Bhawanipur, Calcutta. Because of his Bengal remains as the most popular area for homeopathy in India. Though it is difficult to fix the date of the advent of homeopathy in India, circumstantial evidence exists which proves that in the year before 1852, this system of treatment was extensively practiced by amateurs in the Indian civil and military services and by other gentlemen in Bengal. That this therapeutic system came to be practiced in India when Hahnemann was alive in Paris is known from a book published in London in 1852 by John Martin Hornberger, great physician to the court of Lahore, under the title 35 Years in the East, Adventures, Discoveries, Experiments and Historical Sketches relating Punjab and Kashmir in connection with medicine, botany, pharmacy, etc., together with an original Materia Medica and a medical vocabulary in 4 European and 5 Eastern languages. It is not known certainly then when Hornberger first came to India, but for some years up to about 1860 he practiced in Calcutta and was chiefly known as the cholera doctor. He had learned homeopathy from Hahnemann in Paris in 1835. In 1839 he came to India for the second time and took up the treatment of Maharaja Ranjit Singh of Punjab. Homeopathic medicines prescribed to Maharaja by Hornberger had magical effects in the beginning, but the selfishness and jealous hostility of the Indian Hakims and Kaviraj spoiled the case and led to the persecution of homeopathy on its early introduction into India and smothered for a time. Around about 1846, homeopathic hospitals were started by Surgeon Samuel Brooking, a retired medical officer at Tanjore and Padakata in South India under the patronage of Rajas of those states. In November 1851, a native homeopathic hospital and free dispensary was started at Calcutta under the patronage of Honorable Sri John Hunter Littler, Deputy Governor of Bengal and President of the Council of India, and Dr. Tonner, a French allopath by education but converted to homeopathy, was appointed physician in charge of the hospital. It is curious to know that this doctor was appointed as the first health officer of the town of Calcutta. Some amateurs in the civil and military services had been practicing homeopathy with great success in Calcutta. Dr. Ed de Latour, one of the Pusner judges of the Sudar Diwani Adalat, Mr. Latour treated many cholera cases in which the mortality was only 30%, as recorded in British Journal of Homeopathy for July 1854. During this period, a remarkable personality appeared in Calcutta who had much to do with the establishment and spread of homeopathy in India. He was Rajendra Lal Datta, popularly known as Babu Rajendra Datta. He belonged to a scholarly family of Bengal and for some time had studied in Calcutta medical colleges. He brought Dr. Tonner, a French doctor by education later converted to homeopathy, to Calcutta. Rajendra Lal Datta helping Dr. Tonner in his homeopathic practice in Calcutta. Dr. Tonner did not prove himself to be a successful homeopathic practitioner. Rajan Babu, an ardent believer of homeopathy, decided in the year 1861 to practice homeopathy himself. A landmark in the history of homeopathy in India was the year 1863, when Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar placed himself under the treatment of Rajan Babu and was miraculously cured of his chronic illness which had baffled all the leading allopaths of the time. Another remarkable cure was effected by Rajan Babu when the illustrious Raja Sir Radhankanta Deb Bahadurpur of Shovan Bazar, Rajbati, was cured of gangrene in his foot with homeopathic medicines. These cures made a great sensation in the town and paved the way for the establishment and propagation of homeopathy in Calcutta, the leading town of India at that time. Under the tutelage of the Rajan Babu, Dr. Mahendralal Sarkar took to homeopathy. He was as a star of the first magnitude in the medical firmament of the then Calcutta. During 1863 to 64, Dr. Barigny Another French homeopathic doctor came to Calcutta and set up his homeopathic practice. In August 1869, a homeopathic charitable dispensary was opened at Allahabad. Thus, homeopathy spread throughout the length and breadth of India even in that early period. The year 1870 is another important landmark in the history of homeopathy in India when His Highness the Maharaja Bahadur of Jaipur sent for Dr. Salzar of Calcutta for the treatment of his cataract, which was partially cured by doctors with homeopathic medicine. After Dr. Sarkan and Dr. Salzar, Dr. Majumdar became a top-ranking homeopath. Dr. Majumdar wrote numerous books on homeopathy in English and Bengali and edited the Indian Homeopathic Review, the oldest homeopathic periodical in India, in collaboration with Dr. D. N. Roy. Dr. D. N. Roy established the Calcutta Homeopathic Medical College in 1881 and maintained it till his death. Towards the end of the 19th century, another great man with a broad imagination and outlook entered into the field of homeopathy as a chemist and pharmacist. He was Sri Mahesh Chandra Bhattacharya, who was a pioneer in selling good quality medicines at a very cheap rate, hence making homeopathic medicines popular among the poor people of the country. Recognition of homeopathy by the government. Calcutta was the first state-sponsored homeopathic council in India. All India Institute of Homeopathy was formed in the year 1944, with its central office at Delhi. India independence was inaugurated on the 15th August 1947 and Rajkumari Amrit Kaur became the first health minister of India. In 1952, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, the Union Health Minister, appointed the Homeopathic Advisory Committee, which functioned up to 1954. Another landmark in the progress of homeopathy in India is the appointment by the President of India in September 1962 of a homeopathic pharmacopoeia committee under the Ministry of Health with Dr. B.K. Sarkar as the chairman. The 9th of September will remain a red letter day in the annals of homeopathy in West Bengal when the Homeopathic System of Medicine Bill with some amendments was finally passed, and West Bengal Homeopathic System of Medicine Act 1963 was passed on the 6th November 1963. Recent growth in India. Homeopathy continued to spread, and by the beginning of 20th century, most of the important cities in India had homeopathic dispensaries. Homeopathy has now been accepted as one of the India's national system of medicine in India. The Indian government is paying deep attention for the development of homeopathy in the country. Present setup. Homeopathy in India enjoys government supports along with the other systems of medicine because government is of the view that presence of all these complementary alternative system of therapeutics offers a much wider spectrum of curative medicines than is available in any other country. Thanks a lot. If you liked the video, please do comment, share and share it with your friends. Please do subscribe my channel. It will motivate me to make more and more such videos. With that said, goodbye. Thank you. Take care.